Hello everyone! Today we're going to talk about how to set up an FX UVC inline clarifier. Now this is part 1. We're going to cover how to install the clarifier directly onto the lid of an FX canister filter. In part 2, next week, we'll look at installing the clarifier onto a cabinet wall using the mounting bracket, so keep an eye out for that video if that's the installation method you plan on using. So first, let's look at all the different pieces that come with the FX UVC clarifier. Obviously, there's the unit itself with the CCFL bulb inside, which you can access by removing the 2 screws on the translucent cover. There's the rubber elbow adapter, which is used when mounting the clarifier right onto an FX series filter. And there's the wall mounting bracket and screws, which allow the clarifier to be installed on your aquarium cabinet. Next, we've got the adapters for filters with 5/8 inch 16mm hosing. These are what allow the FX UVC clarifier to be compatible with just about every filter on the market today. Lastly, there's these metal clamps for making all the various connections, and the power supply. So let's get started. When installing the FX UVC clarifier, the first important distinction is whether your tank is full of water already, or if it's a new installation entirely. Now for the purposes of this video, I'll be setting up the clarifier on a tank that's running with fish in it already, because that's the slightly more complicated situation. If your tank isn't running yet and you're installing the clarifier as you set up the filter and everything else, you can still follow along with this video and just skip the parts where I talk about doing things to block off the water and stuff like that. So step 1 of installing the FX UVC clarifier directly on the lid of an FX series canister filter is to turn both Aquastop valves to the closed position and then to unplug the filter. The clarifier gets installed on the output side of the filter, so the next thing to do is drain the output hosing so we can work with it. To do this, first disconnect the output side Aquastop valve from the filter, and then remove the output assembly from the aquarium. Then open the Aquastop valve to drain out the hosing into a bucket or outside or whatever. Once that's done, disconnect the hosing from the Aquastop valve by loosening the metal clamp. Then reinstall the Aquastop valve onto the filter and place the output assembly back into the aquarium. Now that everything is prepared, let's add the UVC clarifier. First, connect the output hosing to one side of the clarifier. The unit is multi-directional, so it doesn't matter which side you connect to, but I recommend doing what I've done here. Next, slide a metal clamp over both ends of the rubber elbow adapter, and then connect one side to the clarifier and the other side to the output Aquastop valve. Then, tighten all the connections, and you're basically done. Open both Aquastop valves and leave them for about 15 minutes just to make sure everything is watertight, and if it is, then turn the filter back on. Check that everything is running as it should, and then plug the FX UVC clarifier in. If you see a faint purple glow coming from the translucent cap, it means the clarifier is working, and the installation process is done. And that is it! I hope this video was helpful. Leave a comment if you have any questions, and I'll be happy to help you out. We appreciate you liking the video and subscribing if you haven't already. Thanks for watching. Bye!